Hi guys, my name is Ina Gavrilenko. I'm Ukrainian and I'm a model. Many of my friends asked me to make this video because I live in Philippines for past 6 years, and so many people were wondering how a Ukrainian girl actually came to Philippines and stayed here for so long. So my friends would be very happy to finally hear the story, so they will have to not to ask me every time when they meet me. So here it is. When I was still in school, I was super skinny. I was very tall, and all my friends, all my classmates were telling me that I had to do modeling, blah blah blah. You know how it is. And since I was very shy, I had no confidence at all. I said that no, I won't. And one person on the street just approached me and brought to his sister, who happened to have a modeling agency. And like that, I became a model. I went through a training. It was like a very intensive modeling course. And at the age of 20, I went for my first modeling contract. It was to Turkey. It was my second time to go abroad, and it was amazing. For 3 months I was there. It was so beautiful. It was incredible experience. People were nice. I really loved everything. And then when I came back to Ukraine, I went to my another contract. It was India. If you can imagine where Ukraine is, where India is, that the cultures are so different, and that's something that I really loved. I loved the difference in people, the way they are. The religion is completely different from we're Orthodox, so from Christianism to Hindu. It was so beautiful. But I didn't have much modeling experience, so I didn't work there very well. And the agency that I went to, we were the first 3 models to be in the agency. The agency was brand new. They had no models before that. And most what we did, we were just traveling within New Delhi. It was in New Delhi. And we were going for castings, we were doing some jobs, but most of the time we were actually trying to discover India and how it was there. Then I came back to Ukraine. I came back and I was like, what, 20 still? 20, 21 maybe? And being back to Ukraine, I saw that people are different. Or I grew up and I saw people in different light. And I felt like I didn't want to stay in Ukraine, and the world was so big that I decided to tell my agency that I want to do more. So another agency from India contacted me and said that they would like to invite me over for another modeling contract. I said yes. That agency was, I think by that time it was like 4 years of the industry, and in New Delhi it was one of the strongest agencies. And I was very happy. My agent said, yeah, you should go, and I went. I stayed for the usual contract is 3 months. I stayed for 3 months, but then I really liked it, and my best friend at the time, she came to join me there. It was very funny. After staying for me there 2 months, she came along, and then she was supposed to stay only 3 months. I extended my stay for another 2 months to be with her, and then after her contract expired, she extended it for me. And for that, it was the most incredible experience of us being there, because when you're in completely different place but you're with your friend, all that experience, I mean, everything that you experience, as long as you're with your friend, it makes it great. So whatever happens, you're in the dirtiest place in the world, I don't know, you're with the least educated people, there are, I don't know, like everything. And it was so amazing to be together. Irочка, hi. Yeah, so it was so nice. And then I left India very inspired. I learned English there a bit because people speak English a lot. I mean, everyone does, the educated ones. So yeah, I learned English. I learned a bit more of modeling. I learned different types of modeling jobs, fashion shows in India. In New Delhi, New Delhi is a capital of fashion, and Mumbai is the capital of commercial. So I stayed in both places. My agency had just opened what do you call that? Whatever office. Second office from New Delhi. It opened second office in Mumbai. So Bombay. I don't know which one is the right term to use right now. Both are right. And we went there also. So I stayed in both places. I stayed in New Delhi for a really long time, like maybe 8 months, maybe 6 months, and 2 months in Mumbai. It was so nice, but the difference is very big between people, from one, even it's the same culture, the same country, the people from one place to another is super different. Then I did like fashion shows, and it was fashion week, and it's so beautiful. Like, I don't know why there are not so many Disney movies about Indians. Like, there are about Aladdin, about Egypt, I mean, like Arabic, some Russians like Anastasia. There are many Americans, but nothing about Indian, or at least that I didn't come across, because it was like being a princess in a Disney cartoon, I tell you. So you have lots of jewelries. Those are all diamonds. Jewelries are everywhere, like all over you, here, like you can't imagine. It's heavy actually, and the dresses are just gorgeous with the best fabrics. I don't know, you feel yourself so royal. You feel like you belong to a kingdom somewhere. I couldn't imagine that people would still wear it like that, but in India apparently they are still dressed very traditionally, and those kind of dresses they would wear for weddings, as brides, as attendants of the weddings, like so much. Yeah, so it was one of my best trips because the difference in culture was very big. And also when you come from the world where you have everything, and you see like in India there are over 1 billion people and maybe only 20% have access to the education. So when you're there and you travel from one place to another, and you always see the slum people who live on the streets, who have nothing to eat, they have no money, they just beg for things. And I saw kids playing, and they didn't mind that they didn't have money, but they still were smiling, they were laughing, playing with each other, even though it was in the street. It was, to me, I will always remember that. And probably, like, you know, the less you have, the more you enjoy life, because it's like you have nothing else to do, so you enjoy it. And the more you have, the more you want to have, the more you want to possess, the more you want to buy. Yeah. So I came back to Ukraine, and I left for another contract to China for another 3 months. And China was another different experience, but I was there during springtime for all the cherry blossom and all that. It was very beautiful. In terms of culture, it was really difficult to make it because no one speaks English and you don't speak Chinese. So, and it's a bit hard. But I still had nice time because of the models that I was with. Because whenever you are, as long as you're with friends or you have people who you feel close with, it will make it. It will make it anywhere you are, even if you go till the end of the world. Then after China, I came to Philippines. I remember being so excited in the plane when I left China that I couldn't sleep. It was like I was entering another world, and I couldn't imagine what would happen to me in Philippines, but I felt that it would be something incredible. And here I am. I was supposed to stay only for 3 months again, so the regular modeling contracts are for 3 months if you travel from one country to another. And I arrived here, I saw the country, I saw people, how hospitable they were, how friendly they were. I was walking on the street and people were just smiling to me and saying good morning, I looked at myself like, am I okay? Is my makeup fine? Like everything is okay? I don't have any stains? What's wrong with my clothes? Why people are looking at me like that? And they just looked at me with beautiful eyes, like amazed, like, hi, good morning, good morning. I was like, oh my God, where I am. And then 2 days later, I understood, like, I got used to it little by little, because you don't really get that much of attention. And here, being white person, because you really stand out, since you're blonde, white skin, tall, you're model, so definitely you're tall. You kind of stand out. And I understood that people are just, in general, like that, friendly, hospitable, and they don't mean anything. When they say good morning to you with a smile, that's what they mean. There is no hidden, I don't know, hidden agenda behind. They don't think like to take an advantage from you or something. It's not a super touristic place where you're in the market and they're like, oh, hey, good morning, buy something from me. No, it's nothing like that. So I stayed for, like, after China, you know, being in a culture where you don't really understand much, coming to Philippines where everyone was with open heart towards you, trying to make you feel as comfortable as possible. I really liked it here. And then the weather was amazing. It was, it's permanent summer here, of course, like what, 28 to 34 degrees maybe. It rains, yeah, there is a rain season, but doesn't matter. I mean, it's always sunny, so it's cool. And that experience, like the contrast between both cultures, made me feel here so comfortable. My English went better also because everyone speaks English. It's a national language here, so it was so cool. And I understood so much also about my culture. Learning more about Philippine culture, I understood a lot about my own culture. Since I'm Ukrainian, I say I'm Russian, I don't mind. I don't tell much difference between Ukraine and Russia, Belarus, I don't know. We all came from the same culture, we all have similar traditions, food, language. So why to make difference? I saw, you know, like the way we were brought up, the culture, the traditions, the mindset that we had. And here, people were thinking, oh my God, like I would walk on the street, you know, or be at a photo shoot and people, I'm like this, like very, very strong face, like that. And people were laughing like, oh my God, she's such a bad person. Like she's very angry permanently. And I was like, no way, I had black hair. I was like, I didn't want people to think about me that way because I'm friendly and I like talking to people. I like learning new things about them, about everything. And I was like, no way people think about me that. I don't want it. And then I started changing, learning more, being more with Filipinos. I became also more open, more friendly. I started smiling more. And that's what I understood, how different the cultures are. From us being like perceived as very cold people, which at the beginning we are, but once you get to know us, we are actually nice and warm. But at the beginning it seems like we are like super like angry. And here people are so open. So learning about different cultures helped me to learn about myself also, and to see what I didn't want to be and what I would like to become. And I owe that to Philippines a lot, to Filipinos. So there it is. And now I'm here, I'm working as a model for many different kinds of jobs. It's very interesting. I will make a second video so you will see. So I don't know, like, subscribe, share with your friends. I will put my Instagram, you can follow me there. Yeah, and have any questions, please comment, write to me. That's it.